it's Destiny back with another video. You know what time it is. It's a new month, so it's time to start planning out and organizing our lives and getting our stuff together. So in the month of March, you see a lot of green. It's right around the corner from spring and Easter, all that good stuff. So I want to focus on growth in this month's spread, and I'm doing hanging plants. So a lot of green is going to go into this spread, as well as a lot of growth because we are growing all 2019. This month's spread is a bit more minimalistic. I didn't want to do too many crazy designs, and I didn't want to go way out there because I was worried more about the productivity and not so much of the beauty of my spreads. March is around the time when it's midterms, and before you know it, it'll be finals. So I really have to get my head in the game and make sure that I'm on top of everything and staying as organized as possible. Something different that I did is adding in this mini calendar, just so when I'm in a hurry and in a rush, I can quickly look at this in between classes. A lot of the time, people tell me that they can't do bullet journaling because they don't know how to draw. Well, I have the perfect solution. I just chose some of these magazine cutouts that I found interesting that went with my spread. So a lot of browns, greens, and plants. And I'm just organizing these to add more texture and color and basically create a design that I don't even have to draw to add more visual interest to my spreads. The beauty of bullet journaling is that not everything is the same, and you can do things that fit your needs. So if you need, help in the artistic department, then this is a great option for you. Also, adding in some washi tape is another great way to add a pop of color as well as a small design. Now moving on to my calendar spread. So I'm keeping things very simple with a lot of elegant and clean lines. So the boxes in this calendar are 5 dots by 6 dots. So 6 dots tall, 5 boxes wide. And I'm not going to lie, I made a mistake. I overcounted and I counted 21 twice. And here you see me. I found out, March has 31 days and not 30, but it's okay. So I'm going to just cut out this piece of paper and place it right on top of the place where I made the largest mistake, because the mistake was too big just to add whiteout. But it was an easy fix, just cutting that out and stamping it right in with my tape and redoing all those lines. After I'm done, fixing and matching up the lines, it's like it never even happened. So let's erase it from our mind and remember that bullet journaling isn't perfect. We're human, things happen, and you just gotta go with the flow. Like Bob Ross says, no mistakes in life, only happy accidents. I'm also adding in this gold washi tape just to make sure that my lines are clean because I did have some jagged edges. Since March starts on a Friday, there was one extra day hanging off to the side, so I just decided to make the month on my calendar start on a Monday. That way that extra box didn't have to float around by itself and waste extra layout space. Since I'm using the Dutch door method, I have March on the page that's opposite from the connected calendar, and I also added in a highlights and notes page. These pages will be visible when I am looking at my calendar overall. And I also added in another hanging plant just to make sure that the design is consistent and we're still getting the idea of the theme, but at the same time, we're having a lot more productivity and focus on our goals and tasks. I also added in more hanging plants, and these plants do have variation in the pots and in the plants, so you can draw them any way you like. It really doesn't matter. It's great to have a variation because it makes it more realistic and lifelike, because not everything in life is all the same and connected the same way. So right where I created this flap with my Dutch door, I decided to add in my mood tracker earlier on into my bullet journal setup. By placing it right behind this calendar, I'll always have it on my mind to go ahead and track my mood. And instead of doing a habit tracker monthly, I just wanted to go ahead and put my overall overarching goals. That way I can have it on my mind as well while I'm looking at my monthly layout. I use a variation of about 5 greens, and these greens will represent my moods for the month. I like to keep it very descriptive because as a college student, you want to be able to, remember the good days, even when the going gets tough, because they're always out there. You just have to remind yourself that not everything is bad in the grand scheme of things. Especially as a college student, it's extremely important to keep up with study habits. So I created a list 1 through 31, and at the top I put 1 through 4 hours to track my study time. That way I can know to encourage myself to study, as well as knowing how much I studied. That way I can get a general idea of how long I need to dedicate to my days of studying. Right next to the study page is a brain dump. But I didn't use the traditional name of brain dump, and I decided to do a plant seeds page. A lot of the times the ideas that I have are seeds that I plant in order to add to the bigger picture of my ideas, and they will grow into something beautiful over the time of the month. So I really like that I was able to change the title of this page to go into the idea of growth and development over this course of this month. I also added in some more elements of the collage aspect of this bullet journal, just to show you guys that you don't have to draw out a whole bunch of elaborate designs, and you can easily add color with simple things such as paper or washi tape. Now we are finally at my weekly layout. So this weekly is a bit different from any of the other weeklies that I've done in my previous Plan With Me's. I'm starting out the same way by putting a small calendar in the left-hand corner, just because it gives me an overall idea of what's going on that month, and I can still keep up with the days and the day number, because a lot of times I'm bad at that. And I'm also adding in a weekly events column because I like looking at that throughout the week. And to keep up with my weeks and have more planning space, I decided to do this Dutch door thing, and I'm adding in the piece that I cut out over top this page that had a little bit of ghosting from the markers previous on the other spread. By looking at my guideline sheet that I made earlier in my 2019 setup, I found the place where I could divide this page in half, and I'm just titling each day with its appropriate name. I also decided to add in a study column and a habits column. So now I'm putting my habits on my weekly page. That way I'll be able to keep up with it better. So now I'll be able to see my habit tracker every day and I'll never miss a day. To add in another little detail last minute, I decided to add this drop shadow just because I felt like it completed the look of this spread. And we finally made it to the flip through. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope this gave you some inspiration to get organized and get on top of things while we head into this new month in the year. Make sure you like this video and comment down below any other video suggestions or if this video inspired you at all. Also, subscribe so you don't miss another video from me, and be sure to come back for more art videos, bullet journal, and life tips because they're all here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!